Good morning, everyone. Wow, what an amazing turnout. Incredible. I've been dreading this one a little bit, more than a little bit. As we say, not goodbye, but see you later to Officer Amy Alonzo after a rewarding, incredible career, I would say. Amy has done a tremendous job representing us and the village and the police department as a member of SEP. She's forward-facing at all of our school events, all of our community events. She is front and center, representing not just the police department but the community, and has done a tremendous job in that role these last few years. Prior to that, Amy, when I was a brand new supervisor, just trying to figure it all out, Amy was a member of my first patrol teams, and I just want to say, I never quite met anybody like her, I don't think, in my life prior to that. And I mean that in the best way, though. Amy was tremendously helpful to me as far as being a sounding board and a great listener. Those of you who know her, this turnout is kind of evidence of that, but Amy's a great friend. She's got a huge heart. Very passionate about what she does, passionate about her family and her friends and her coworkers, and has seen a lot here in the village. A lot of sunny days and a lot of not so sunny days, when the community was struggling a little bit. So Amy has seen that and been through a lot of that, and not looking forward to saying see you later, but she's on to another opportunity in code enforcement with another community. I'll let her decide if she wants to name it or not. Some of you she may not want to hear from again. I'm kidding. So it's not goodbye, it's see you later. And I'm going to give you a retirement badge and all that stuff and a nice looking plaque, and I promise that we'll do all that. But I feel like part of my responsibility too is, as a leader, is to help prepare you for the afterlife, like they used to do in Egypt. So if you've worked a long night shift, you kind of know that sense of humor can really kind of get you by, and inside jokes and things like that. And so you may get some of this. If you don't, come and see one of us after, and we'll tell you. But in preparing you for your next career, you're going to be in code enforcement, right? And which requires getting up early, getting there early probably. So you need to be well caffeinated. And so in case your new boss says something to you like, yeah, I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in on Saturday, you can be caffeinated thoroughly, first of all. Second of all, code enforcement requires a lot of reports and tickets and things like that, which I'm sure you'll write a ton of citations. And when you present them to people, you need them to stay organized. And so you can, don't let anyone steal it. Yeah. And then lastly, being a pensioner plus a new income, you're going to have a lot of money. Much more than you're probably normally used to, and you're going to need somewhere to store all that money. And in case anyone ever, I figured you need a new wallet. And it has an adjective on there. It's descriptive of you, and it's ever the truth now as it was when I first met you. And if you ever lose this, it'll be easy to find. If someone says which wallet is yours, you'll be able to tell them, and you'll know. And you can choose if you want to share what that adjective is. Yeah, I think most people get it, but if they don't, come and talk to me after. Amy, please don't be a stranger. Love to hear from you. Come back around, please. I want to call it Mayor Craig, who wants to say a few words. And thank you everybody for turning out. That's evidence of the impact that you've had here, without a doubt. This turnout. So Mayor Craig.
Woo!
Well, I just left Einstein School, and I was talking to the principal. I was hoping she would be here. She is so enthusiastic about being here. She said, I gotta be there at noon, for this. And I said, no, I think it's 11 o'clock. And I called the chief to make sure. No, it's at 10 o'clock. So there may be 3 of these meetings going on today. But Amy, thank you. From the bottom of my heart. I've been around a while. Ever since my wife came in as employer in 85, I've been hanging around. So I get to know this family. This is a family. The kind of leadership, not hear me? Shall I give you my hearing aid? You don't know how much trouble you are until you need those things. But Amy, from an officer, you were talking about, I need to move on, it's time to get up and go. And I said, you can't leave. That's not acceptable. It's not in my resume. It's not in your order of things. And you said, I'm thinking about it. And you became part of the, this is a tongue twister for me, strategic enforcement prevention. Wow. You have, well, in that role, you've done an excellent job reaching out. I've seen you on the corner trying to protect people when they're all doing this. And you said, I'm going to lose my mind. And I said, you're doing a great job, thank you. And I have a number of years where we've been together and supporting the schools like no one else. And you have to have a heart for it. And I really thought I lost my mind when I saw you with that pink badge. And I thought, wow, what a way to explain to the community just by who you are, that, there's caring here, and there's love in this community for one another. And, when I first became mayor, back a few years ago, in 2007, I reached out to all the schools and I said, I have an expectation that our officers will tour the schools on a regular basis, and they thought it was a great idea. And, our fire department, police department, the men and women who are representing this community and looking for the caring, knowing what the schools need. And whenever I read or talk to the kids, I'm in the schools, and I tell them, do you say thank you for being there? Now, I don't know if that happens when our officers, police and fire, tour the schools, but I'm hopeful that it does happen. I try to convey that. And so I want to thank you. You're going to go on, she's going to double her salary. Is that so I'm still trying to figure that one out since I retired in 2009, if you can imagine. But I love this town. You love this town. It shows. You demonstrate it. Your family should be most proud, and you should be proud of what you provided for us. And it's going to be tough to fill your shoes. Peeny's still trying. He's an old Navy man like I am, flying around with raspberries. But I want to thank you very much. I want to get out of the way here, so I know they're all waiting for cake. There's gotta be reason for cake. So, thank you, Chief. Thank you very much.
Okay, Lieutenant Matt McDonald, you can come up and say a few words.
Woo!
Is that 80s music?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have came down to GST. Mary, do we not listen to 80s music? Where are you at?
Right here.
I found that 80s music helps soothe people and they don't beat each other up as bad.
Like get choked out.
Until we, right, yeah, we do choke each other every now and again. Okay, I want to say good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us as we say farewell to an officer who's been a staple in this community and a true friend to the village. Today, Officer Alonzo signs off for the final time, closing out a storied career that has spanned more than 23 years of dedicated service and witnessed many changes within the department and our community. Amy began her career on March 31st of 2003, and from the very beginning, it was very clear what kind of officer she would become. She graduated from the Salia Academy, receiving the Recruit Award for Initiative, Character, Leadership, and Commitment, an honor that spoke volumes about who she would become earlier in her career. During her time with Hanover Park Police Department, she received 13 letters of thanks, 7 letters of recognition, 2 certificates of achievement, and a life-saving award. Those awards reflect not only professionalism and dedication, but also the positive impact she had on countless people throughout her career. Many of you know Amy as the community-oriented officer who engaged with schools, supported special events, and built relationships throughout the village while serving in the SEP unit. But for those of us who have been here for a long time, we also know Amy as a true street cop. Amy and I worked together on the old 4 to 12 shifts before 12-hour shifts became the norm. Despite her size and usually calm demeanor, depending on the day, I watched her refuse to be intimidated or bullied by gang members or hardened criminals during some of Hanover Park's roughest years when gang violence was far more prevalent. She carried herself with confidence, toughness, and professionalism. She never backed down. It was officers like Amy, along with many others in the department, whose work helped drive Parkland crime numbers to historic lows and helped Hanover become one of the most safest communities in America. Amy also served on the CRT team with me. That's our in-house SWAT team for 5 years. We shared long days at the range, trips together, and plenty of memorable moments built on teamwork and trust. Throughout her career, she became a certified bike officer, truck enforcement officer, worked with recruitment efforts, and like she says, she was the one-man school assembly team. Fine job on that, by the way, running that with that team. She also spent 20 years as an instructor at the Solia Recruit Academy, a role she took tremendous pride in. That commitment to training and mentoring new officers says a lot about her dedication not only to policing, but to the safety and success of future generations of officers. Then in 2022 came the role many of you know her best for, Strategic Enforcement and Prevention Officer. When Amy was asked and selected for the SEP position, I remember telling her that she was going to be replacing Officer Garcia at the time. I was told Officer Garcia was the brains behind SEP, and she had some very big shoes to fill. Kevin, I know. I'm kidding. We know Sullivan was actually the brains behind SEP. Don't worry about it, Kevin. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But in all seriousness, Amy flourished in the SEP role. It allowed her to fully embrace the part of policing she loved most, which is community engagement. She became a constant presence in the schools, throughout the village, and in the lives of the people she served. Her commitment, passion, and dedication to both this department and the community have been remarkable and deeply appreciated. On a personal level, Amy shared a story with me about how her mother was driven to the hospital in a squad car because an ambulance couldn't make it in time. Yep, it's a perfect example of the fire department being late once again. And I'm sure they'll tell us there's probably a squad car blocking the way and they couldn't get through. Still, I think there's something poetic about that story, right? You know, a squad car helped bring Amy into this world, and then she spent 23 years giving back to the community from inside her. As mentioned in her Village article, growing up in the rough area of Maywood inspired Amy to pursue law enforcement, make positive changes in the community. She believed in arresting criminals, engaging with kids, supporting the community, and staying proactive. She talked about loving the busy days when calls were nonstop and we worked the 4 to 12 shift. Teamwork mattered and officers relied on one another to get through the shift. She's always been reliable, articulate, and incredibly street smart, qualities that served her well throughout her career. Amy also shares one more quality with me that a former chief pointed out to me one time. She says what's on her mind, for better or worse. Amy will absolutely tell you what she thinks, especially if she disagrees with something. But in today's world, where too many people are focused on approval, likes, and avoiding conflict, organizations need people willing to speak honestly and offer experienced perspective and alternative ideas. I always respected that quality in Amy, and many times her willingness to speak up led to positive changes within the SEP unit. In closing, I want to offer my heartfelt congratulations to Amy on her retirement. Thank you for your service, your dedication, your friendship, and for always being unapologetically yourself. On behalf of everyone here, wish you nothing but happiness and health and success in whatever comes next. And congratulations, Amy. You earned it.
You want to come up?
Do you want to hear what I have to say?
I think so.
All right.
she is.
I have to get my reading glasses on. Yeah, my cheaters. And Fine Young Cannibals is on right now. All right, here we go. Today marks the end of what I've always considered my calling. I knew at just 13 years old, honestly, probably even earlier, that I wanted to be a police officer. There's even a picture with me 5 years old in the slideshow, standing there like a cop. From the very beginning, I entered this profession for one reason: to make a difference in the lives of those who needed it most. Or at times, most times, putting people in their place one at a time. As I step into retirement, I first want to thank my incredibly understanding wife, Rosemary, and my family for their unwavering support. My 90-year-old father was unable to make it here today. He's a busy guy. And he's pretty famously known with a few of you as I speak of him often. My mother passed away on my 3rd year in my career, but she has always ridden shotgun all the way. This career is not an easy one, and their patience and strength and love has made it possible for me to serve in the way I always hoped I would. A special thank you to the command staff, the mayor, for your support and leadership you've shown in moving the department forward. To those veteran officers when I started, and my awesome FTO, I am forever grateful for your guidance. Thank you. To records and my favorite administrative assistant and social worker and code enforcement, thank you for all the conversations, support, and laughs along the way. You are appreciated more than you know. All right, gotta do this together. To the village people, a heartfelt thank you. Special shout out to HR for your guidance and help during this transition. You truly are rock stars. To our hardworking public works people, more rock stars. Fire guys and girls, lots of great memories there and good meals. And of course, my brothers and sisters in blue. Thank you for making this journey one I will always value. Yeah, there's another page. There are probably a few things you may not know about me, as I tend to be somewhat a private person. I'm a proud stepmother of 2, and I am, oh man, I lost my spot, a grandmother of 3, better known as Grammy. I was a Walmart model, and yes, there's proof in the slideshow. Despite the long-running joke, I do not actually speak fluent Spanish. And I am a co-founder of the U Club here at HPPD. If you don't know what that is, come up and ask me. I've had the privilege of watching many of you walk in on your very first day, and for some of you, even during your time at the academy, during my nearly 20 years there. It has been truly rewarding to make those connections and watch that growth. A lot has changed over the years. My hairstyle alone has probably changed a dozen times. And yes, it's currently in that awkward grow out phase that's driving me crazy. Someone in here has said my hair looks like a stray cat. And for that, free punches are allowed if you can figure out who said that. But it's those moments, the humor, the paid entertainment, and the camaraderie that get you through the long hours and difficult calls. Without that, this job would be a lot harder. Without your ride or dies, you won't make it. Over the years, this department and the community has made incredible strides. I'd like to think that each one of us played a role in that progress. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to serve both of that. To my brothers and sisters in blue, again, if I could leave you with a little advice, take better care of yourselves, eat better, don't ignore burnout, take real vacations, always be safe, and wear sunscreen year-round. You'll be thankful you did. I have made lifelong friendships here, connections I will always carry with me. I truly could not have done this job without all of you. Man, this song is pivoted right now. My time here has been unforgettable, at times challenging, incredibly rewarding, and it went by faster than I ever expected. So for now, it's not goodbye, just see you when I see you.
So here is Amy's retirement badge and ID, effective date 5/8/2026.
Oh, we can be closer, right?